shows that the government is insulated from the negative impacts of recession and the COVID pandemic, at least politically. Joining us on the Mood of the Nation in this section, I want to introduce first, representing the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, Syed Zafar Islam. With us from the Congress is Supriyal Srinate. For a corporate perspective, we have author Gurcharan Das. For a contrarian perspective, I have Arun Kumar. So let's get started. And I want to go across first and foremost to Arun Kumar, who has the strongest problems with the way the government is dealing with the current recession and the economic crisis. But the fact is, Mr. Arun Kumar, regardless of what the likes of you may think, when people across the country are asked how they think the government has done when it comes to handling the economy, 66% think it's either done an outstanding job or at least a good job.
You know, I cannot comment on the survey. I've not seen the survey, who's the people who have been surveyed, etc. But let's look at the economy. The economy was already doing poorly before the pandemic, and the rate of growth had been slowing down for 8 quarters, from 8% down to roughly about 3.5%. And then it tanked very badly after that. And, a large number of people lost employment, as you yourself said, and a lot of people in the organized sector lost employment and incomes. But it's quite possible that people still think that given the circumstances globally, the economy did reasonably well, the handling of the government was reasonably well. But if the economic data is anything to believe, then, the economy was doing rather poorly. And the government, in trying to revive employment and trying to revive income generation, was not up to the mark. Because, what happened was that people migrated to the rural areas, and there, they looked for work in the Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Not enough work was available. People, instead of getting 100 days of work, were getting less than 40 days of work. So, there are these kind of issues that come up.
That exactly is it, that you've had falling incomes, you've had people losing jobs, you've had obviously migration taking place, a real struggle. But look at what the poll says. We have to go by the numbers. So the government's handling of the economy, outstanding 20, good 46. But when I also then look at Modi government's economic performance, better than UPA, say 47%, worse than UPA, say 13%, same as UPA, say 36%. So, Supriyal Srinate, because the Congress has been at the lead in attacking the government on the economy, how do you see these numbers? Is this about, again, somewhere Mr. Modi becoming this larger than life figure and people still having an element of faith in him? Or is it the Congress not being able to provide a credible alternative economic narrative?
Thank you. And I will answer that question as candidly as I can. So please bear with me for a minute. There's nobody better than Professor Arun Kumar to perhaps enumerate the numbers he has. Let's not blame everything on Corona, because there were 8 exact falling quarters of GDP growth dipping even before Corona struck our shores. So let's not give the government a clean sheet pre-Corona. That was the extent of economic mismanagement, that even before Corona, our unemployment has touched a 45-year high. So let's not absolve the government of its responsibilities and its mishandling of the economic situation even before Corona. I am a little baffled. If 8 out of 10 people believe that their jobs were lost or their income has been reduced during the COVID crisis, I don't know how they are saying that they're all right with the government. So I find it very, very baffling. With all due respect to the survey, I might want to add one more thing. There is a real sense of fear in this country. So